teams, whether it's been the superior teamwork and coordination from Germany, but maybe a little bit lacking in the individual department, whereas Israel has been doing a great job sort of winning the out-fragging battle, showing off their mechanics, but pretty questionable ult usage so far. But now that they've had a little bit of a break to maybe readjust, recenter themselves, we may see some different play from these guys, and it will be Germany up on the attack first.
It's interesting because you see teams that are effectively the same strength, it seems like, but in different ways, right? Israel needs to get a bit more coordinated. Germany maybe needs to finish off a couple more of those clutch plays. And if both of those teams can do that, we are going to have an extremely intense next two maps. And if either one of those teams does it, then we're going to have a 2-0 for that team.
Yeah, I think the issue is, though, is that the out-fragging ability shows itself more in Control, and that's only one of 3 maps in this pool, whereas you look at Hybrid and the Escort and the Assault maps, and those do tend to reward play more like we've seen from Germany. So
very true.
I think we really need to see some increased coordination and target selection from the Israeli side. They have a chance to do it here. They will be playing a dive defense.
Yep.
Cafe is on the side.
Oh, all right.
Lurking for the flank. He will be
in space.
He's in space, responding to the call. So he's going to come there, pop through that door. If Germany tries to take the high ground through the right side, they are going to do it. So we'll see if Cafe is going to make a surprise appearance through those doors.
From space. Well, Awkward does go down early. Rough start for Israel off the bat as Germany attacks here on Horizon Lunar Colony. Trying to push back Eco a little bit. He's on his own, low health. Internet Hulk moving up the stairs. Now Cafe does get the kill on the skipjack. Oh, and Cranks comes in with a couple on that Genji. So Germany pulling ahead in the fight overall.
And they get the DMEC too, so this should be pretty easy for Germany to push through onto the point. The faster respawn times mean they're going to have a lot of advantages. Cranks just gets the resets in this room, dashing to and fro, slicing and dicing his way to a point A take. Israel may attempt to make a late hold here, and they are going to jump in.
Icefelt goes down really fast, so okay, all right, so this defense might work out for Israel. Yeah, Cafe just like gets a smooth 3 kills, and I guess Germany's not taking the point quick after all.
Looks like he didn't stick anybody with that pulse bomb, but he got enough damage down to finish them off with some headshots. So pulse bomb does end up doing work. Cafe building up the pulse bomb quickly has an effect, and they only get 1 tick here, so that was an impressive and immediate hold by Israel. They are going to have a chance to reset yet again. Germany may not be as lucky to get through quickly on their next approach. They're going to try it differently now, just leaping onto the high ground. Skipjack finds Awkward right away.
Yeah, much more of a dive early on. Lucia very low as well. Cranks does go down. Deadly Mitch with the kill there. Nesh, meanwhile, pulse bomb loaded up. He's on the point. Nice kill on Deshaun P after he's D-mech. Eco, he needs a big Dragon Blade to turn this thing around. Killing Internet Hulk certainly helps. Oh, but he gets taken out before he can do any more with it. And now the control meter building. It looks like Germany really on track to take point A this time.
Yeah, you may look at that Dragon Blade and say, okay, that was kind of a waste, but he is going to be switching over to the Sombra anyway, and the rest of his team is going to be fine in terms of stabilizing. They already have the Transcendence, sound barrier nearly there. So Israel in a great place to defend on point B with their ult economy, not really that impactful to use that, and especially if they want to switch things up to a Sombra.
Well, you don't see a ton of really aggro attacks coming in on point B in this situation anyway, because teams like to wait, build up more ultimates. So you've usually got a bit of breathing room anyway. Nice one coming around the side with that Diva now. A lot of free shots on the Deadly Mitch, actually. It's getting a little bit low, but they do get kills on Cranks and Vainless, though. Good start for Israel on the defense. Germany, they're okay with this. They're like, all right, we just want to build some ultimates, get ready for that big 6 ult push.
Yeah, that's set, though. Nesh actually does pick up a couple kills. Finally taken out on the point as he is outnumbered. Not really going to be able to make hardly any progress at all as it resets back to 0%.
Well, Germany went down pretty quick in that fight, so I don't know how much ult charge they were actually able to gain from that. Usually want to last a little bit longer.
Yeah, Icefeld will be going on the Soldier 76 right now, so triple DPS will be it for Germany. All about that coordination and target selection now. Need that the Soldier to open up, and the other 2 DPS to actually finish off those kills. Going to start with an EMP, though, and a quick dive in from Deadly Mitch.
Yep, Sean P gets a kill on the skipjack early, but yeah, Deadly Mitch, we saw him getting really low on the high ground. He does get taken out. Germany not suffering a whole lot due to that EMP, and they're going to come back on the attack with that Transcendence. Israel pushed back nearly to spawn for the moment, and they've got a little bit of control meter built up. If Germany, they can't quite get it to the first tick. If they would have been able to do that, it would have been nice, but...
Yeah, but Germany did force out the sound barrier. Awkward, not with the Transcendence yet. So this is a great time for Germany to strike. They should have the sound barrier a little bit faster, and they're going to have a Dragon Blade as well. So they can get down onto the point quickly, and they need that big cleanup from the Dragon Blade.
Oh, Nico coming in from behind, looking for a possible kill. A lot of damage to Icefeld before he translocates back again. Paves away for Cafe to come in. Oh, but they got the pick on the Cafe. Internet Hulk with the finishing blow there. And now Germany storming in. This is their moment. They do get EMP'd.
Wow, EMP just in time, and that's absolutely huge. They get the kill onto Veinless. That was a very close situation, but the reaction from Eco, absolutely appropriate.
Yep.
And that means they are going to continue holding right now. Germany really couldn't flip the switch on the sound barrier, would have been eliminated by the EMP anyway. And Eco already back up at 90%.
Whoa, fans! Yeah, we love you guys. Do you think that the primal rage for Skipjack at the end of the last push was really warranted? Nearly everyone was dead. All he did is kind of delay his own respawn.
No, not at all.
Not a big fan.
Germany may be baited in. I don't think they know the EMP's back up. So, nope, not going to have a chance to sound barrier before they are EMP'd. So, there was an opportunity there for some mind games because that EMP came up even faster than normal.
Cafe with some revenge on the Internet Hulk. Skipjack does manage to finish off Sean P before he can remech again. And Icefeld on that high ground. They push Israel back, but they haven't quite got that resounding fight win that you really need if you're going to build the control meter on point B here.
No, they haven't. But
need to win it harder.
But finally, maybe there's an opportunity, right? Again, we're in a situation where the sound barrier is out. Now they know the EMP is down. Internet Hulk has been holding this barrier for a long time because they need that window of opportunity to use it with the Dragon Blade, which is tricky with the Sombra, who can just delete it instantaneously, especially when you have to fight out in the open.
Yeah. All right, Israel getting ready for it. They know this is going to be an aggressive one. Oh, they've got Skipjack really low already. Awkward goes back for a little bit of healing, a little bit of safety. Cranks gets 2 with the Dragon Blade already. Israel in a little bit of trouble here. Pulse Bomb manages to pop Sean P out of the mech, and Germany able to gain at least that first tick, and they're probably going to get a lot more here.
Yeah, they're trying to find Eco right now, knowing he translocated back. That's going to be the kill for Cranks. Now they just have to camp through. Sound barrier comes out for Israel, but Sean P still not remech'd right now, and he will just be stomped on the side by a Winston.
Yeah, the respawns are fast for Israel, and Deadly Mitch does have the primal rage to at least buy some time for the rest of his team to come back. Germany's so close, though. Internet Hulk with 2. Whoa. I like to see that.
And
EMP comes in, though.
And Icefeld still on the side. With the tactical visor, the EMP was too late to stop him. So he does manage to zone them out and just camp both sides of that spawn that are very difficult to get through. Those choke points, if you're on the defense, once the attacking team gets hold of it. So Germany will cap both points successfully. Minute and a half left in the time bank for them.
It's not as much time as we see a lot of times on this map, but it is something. And it's a tall order for Israel again. I mean, like you mentioned earlier, they really showed their strength on control, but now we're back to the attack-defense situation, and they definitely struggled a little bit on the first map.
Now, you can really see in that match, though, how Internet Hulk was saving that sound barrier for the end.
Yeah.
Like, playing extremely cautiously around the EMP, not wanting it to be canceled out, and looking for the right opportunity.
He gets a lot more killing blows than the average Lucio does, too. I like that, but...
He's been doing well so far today.
Yep. And in a dive meta that's so Winston-centric, for somebody like Internet Hulk, who's like one of the old Winston pros in Overwatch, I mean, he knows exactly how those engages go. So he's not going to get caught like a lot of other Lucios will, too.
That's definitely true. And it will be Germany on the defense now. Israel looking like they're going to run that dive composition again on attack. And Internet Hulk will be playing a little Sombra right now. So trying to snowball that, of course, if he can, into the point B defense if absolutely necessary. So makes it so that you can't really, even if you win hard on point A, if you're the attacking team, the defending team has that Sombra, you'll be very close to an EMP anyway, so they can't just immediately take point B. It makes it very difficult.
Surprised Sombra has an Overwatch spray. You know, maybe she's just using it. Maybe she's using it to frame Overwatch. You know, she like commits a crime and she sprays it. She's like, "It was me. It wasn't Talon. It was Overwatch."
I'm sure everybody would fall for that instantly. Duh.
That's evil. They're like, "Oh, the spray again. Overwatch." Yep. All right. Germany gonna try to hold off Israel here. Try to keep them from getting 2 points. Nash with the kill onto Awkward early.
Man, he just zipped back there and one clipped Awkward. Sean P trying to get back onto the high ground right now. While they wait for their teammate to respond. Internet Hulk already with 30%.
I like that spray from Diva. In case you didn't realize, it says salt.
It does say salt.
In Korean on that, yeah. We can all see it's salt, but it also says salt.
Thanks for the translation, Duh.
You're welcome. I only translate the most obvious things. Oh, Awkward going down again. That's twice now that he's gotten picked by Germany, and that's going to follow up by a pretty crushing teamfight win for them.
Yeah, they're getting jumped on right now. Cafe, once again, waiting for his teammates, but that's usually how these dive defenses work, is that you just try and control a choke point and jump on them all at once.
That's so rough
when they're approaching, and yeah, that's a rough stagger.
Yeah. It's going to be a big delay for Israel to get their attack put together again.
Here we go. Nesh just trying to get some of that damage down the side, slow them down as much as he can.
Israel going back into the room again. Seems a little bit risky, but this time around, Germany
managed to get up to the second floor this time, but still the poke is pretty severe, and that's going to be Icefelt taking out Fragon. He was split off from his tank line right there.
I got a little bit ahead of the group, didn't get the pulse bomb off, but now Cranks with the Dragon Blade. No kills for him. Israel with a chance to fight back, but they've lost enough people that I don't know if they're going to be able to really keep this push going. Yeah, they're going to have to fall back.
Yeah, Cafe died later in that fight, so even though Germany lost Cranks on his Dragon Blade engage, he will be able to get back to the point in time that they're able to formulate an attack. Plus, they have to be worried about the EMP. If they walk into this point together, they are going to all get EMP'd.
Oh, yeah.
Internet Hulk he's lurking. He's sprinting up.
The lurking Hulk. Here we go, he's going to translocate in. There's the EMP. Don't know if he caught everybody with that, but he caught enough. Awkward does get the kill, though. That's embarrassing for a Sombra. Germany still standing strong with their Transcendence, and they're getting the kills they need. Yeah, it's going to be another hold. That sound barrier for Israel not doing a ton.
No, it was late there, and Germany's gonna be happy with that mistake because that was a very poor EMP engage from Internet Hulk. He was not quite out the door, it looked like, so I'm not sure he hit all the targets in the first place, but also made it so he didn't have any escape. He could have just run in there, frankly, and he committed to that before Israel actually wanted to make that attack.
Well, he kind of ended up there when Israel was on like other sides, opposite sides of the wall too, so. That was a bit awkward. Oh, it's okay. He's already got 70% towards his EMP. It doesn't matter.
And it doesn't matter because Fragon used his beat, so he doesn't have to cancel that.
Self-destruct for Germany just to keep Israel back a little bit more. Now they're on the point again. Kills coming in. Vainless does fall. Nash on the outside just trying to delay Israel a little bit more. And Cranks, again, looking for that big Dragon Blade. Gets one before he gets taken out by Cafe.
And the EMP went down again, so Nash still wants some of these kills, chasing out Deadly Mitchell. Has to be careful, though, only at 28 HP right now. Eco will get the reflect kill onto him, and I think this is going to be a Germany decides they must fall back to point B. So Israel, with 30 seconds remaining, going to add some time to the clock.
It's been a great hold, though. I mean, Germany really has eaten most of the time off the clock for Israel. They're going to start off with just about 4 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock.
And Hulk switching back to the Lucio now means that he is very far away from a sound barrier. And with Eco coming through with the Dragon Blade, this is a wonderful opportunity for Israel just to immediately take this next map. Germany going to be relatively undefended right now. No Transcendence to counteract this. And that's a good pulse bomb from Cafe to open things up. This is very scary for Germany.
Cranks falls early, and they've already got Germany bottled up back by Swan. We talked about this. Germany used this against Israel as well. Eco gets 2 before he gets taken out. That control meter building up, 2/3 already for Israel, and just the stragglers now for Germany. If Israel can handle the respawns, they're going to set a great time. They're almost there. There's the sound barrier. They just need to keep winning this fight.
And Eco's going to come back with the Dragon Blade. Remember that when he gets here. Is he going to use it right away? Pulse bomb goes down, but it's not going to pick up the kills for Cafe. And here comes Eco.
Uh-oh, Dragon Blade out yet again. Has to spend a little bit of time reflecting before he goes back in. And I don't mean thinking about his past. I mean reflecting damage. Israel, though, still finding those kills, and they will get it. 3:19 on the clock. Much better time than Germany.
Much. much better. And that time, they had all the opportunities. I am surprised that Hulk switched back to the Lucio.
A little bit, yeah.
For point B. I think you look at that and you say, well, we are so behind at ult economy. You don't do things which are going to make you even further behind. And yes, he had just used the EMP to attempt to defend point A. Germany sort of went all in for the full hold, and it ended up backfiring against them.
EMP builds so fast, though, that in a situation like that, you think you'd want to stick on it. But
yeah, that's my opinion, though. I think that in those scenarios, you have to be able to communicate with your teammates and say, okay, what do we have for a defensive point B? And if the answer is nothing, I think you stay and you try and get that EMP. So at least you don't get ridiculously snowballed on like we saw there.
So you're saying something is better than nothing. That's your analysis of the situation.
That's definitely
right.
it.
That's good.
It wasn't Hulk's analysis of the situation, though.
I'm glad I could break that down for all the fans.
You're breaking it down like Lucio right now, Doa.
Break it down.
Well, Israel will be on the defense yet again with the higher time bank. Eco playing the soldier, so no more.
Yeah, there's the salt again. Salt in Korean is so good.
It is.
There you go.
Put the salt on assault, you know.
Zero salt on assault makes sense. We're so educational.
We are.
Israel on the defense. Here comes Germany on the attack once again. Only about 2:20 or 1:25 left on the clock here. Not a lot of time to take point A. Let's see if they can do it.
Okay, so Germany sneaking up into the room. Nobody diving onto them right now. They have that soldier, so less attractive. You don't want to get the Genji in there like you normally would to dash back and forth. Germany still taking a lot of damage right now. The healing just not there as Skipjack and Nesh melt in the front line.
Yeah, Israel kind of just grinds the team down.
Yeah, they just got poked into oblivion. And now that they know the soldier's there, you may see a bit of a different approach now for Germany.
Yeah,
Only
we'll
45 seconds, though, and that is not a lot of time to actually get things done.
Yeah. Ult's building, meanwhile, for both teams.
Icefeld waiting. Man, this is a long wait right now. This attack has to work.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Veilus gets a huge right click.
Awkward going down early. And 25 seconds left on the clock right now. Germany desperate to make this push happen. And Fragon goes down. Okay, both supports out of the way. Israel in a lot of trouble here. Sean P coming back to try to start something. And Deadly Mitch still has that primal rage, so he can delay just a little bit at least. Maybe enough for the respawns to come back.
Well, Cafe was killed by the Diva boost at the end of things. So now it's Cranks on the point right now. Has to deal with his ulting Winston. But at least he's getting some damage down. And finally, they are going to take out Deadly Mitch. So Germany should be able to make this work.
Yeah, they're trying anyway. Deadly Mitch goes down, and yeah, I think if you're Israel here, you have to back off. Oh, an awkward spot. And that was a great reflect from Cranks to punish it.
Well, really, let's talk about Veilus there, who got the opening pickoff. If that hadn't happened, that could have been an absolute disaster. Germany with 25 seconds remaining right now. 4 ultimates available. They've got 1 shot at this one. They must clean up the point. Icefeld down on the soldier. Cranks goes in.
He's got the sound barrier to keep him up. Israel, though, backing away.
Oh, he didn't kill the Diva before the reback, and
that's
now
rough. Well, he gets Cafe somehow on the fadeaway Shuriken, and now Germany trying to stay up with the Transcendence. Israel storming back in. They've got the respawn advantage. Fragon does go down, though, and we're into OT, of course. If Germany can just get that first tick in a little bit more, it'll be worth it.
I mean, Fragon's going to engage with the sound barrier again. This should be it for the German attack.
Probably.
They got point A, but they're not going to get anything on point B. No progress.
Okay, so Germany takes point A. They got a point there, but the fact that they weren't able to get even the first tick on point B is worrisome. If you're Germany, you're definitely concerned here with the amount of time that Israel still has on the clock.
I think if you're Germany, you're just happy you got point A right now.
Yeah, sure.
That was a hell of a right click that even got you that far in a desperate situation with only 30 seconds remaining.
Impressive for a guy who apparently doesn't have veins. Usually the human body can't operate in that situation, but he makes it work.
He does.
I guess so.
No blood pumping there.
Yeah, veinless. Huh. Who knew? The wonders of modern science, Monte Cristo.
That's what I tell myself every day.
Someone with no veins can be an Overwatch professional player.
I think there's a lot more amazing things going on in the Overwatch world, such as your ability to die from impact in a low-graph environment.
I know,
apparently.
right? Yeah.
Well, Israel now with 319. Let's see if they can make some headway, cap both points. Decisive in their initial run.
Yep.
Will they go with the soldier again? It was relatively successful for them on defense.
Well, Germany did hold for quite a while against Israel in their defensive round. So given that there's less time on the clock now, you'd have to feel fairly comfortable coming into this as Germany.
Yeah, and also they were pretty good at, as you say, stalling out on point A at least, and
yeah.
Hulk on the Sombra right now. So the pickoffs were fast for Germany as Nesh and Hulk combined to take out some of the supports.
Fast and furious.
And Israel really needs to make sure they stay together better this time, because sometimes they got cut off like that. I mean, you can see Nesh dividing them right now.
Yeah, Germany's been really good at the diving engages on this defense on point A.
They have to stick together. Deadly Mitch actually going to get a kill on a Vainless, so
all right.
Counteracting, and this is going to be, it looks like a very fast attack for Israel.
Yeah, now Israel has to get on the point right now, take advantage of that. Sean P does get hacked, but the rest of his team moving on to the point. Eco with the kill on the Cranks, and this is a pretty resounding team fight win for Israel.
Yeah, he needs to get back on the point. I like what we see Eco doing right now. Icefelt was already zoned out. He wasn't a threat to anybody. Now even less so that he loses his suit and is forced to retreat onto that low ground, finally taken out by Awkward, and that is a one-push cap for Israel.
This is so rough for Germany right now because there's still 250 on the clock.
They have the
all
EMP,
Israel
though.
needs is that first tick.
Yeah, they have the EMP though, so I don't think this cap is, or this push is going to be successful unless Hulk manages to die.
Well, Israel's got time though. All they need to do is draw out that EMP and then focus on the next attack being the one they win with.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, EMP used almost immediately by Internet Hulk. He does go down immediately afterwards, though. Germany getting the kills to follow up. At the same time, the control meter being built up in Cafe with a big kill against Vainless again.
They have to stop this.
Whoa, guys. There's a tracer on the point right now.
Okay,
that was close, man.
Very close on the back cap.
Yeah.
That could have been an absolute disaster. Instead, now we're going to check out Cranks again, getting the resets, making sure that he picks off, cleans up the fight. But the investment was there, and Cafe very nearly wins the game for his team.
Very close. Wow. All right, well, Israel with some more ultimates to work with. And again, the big story there is that they got the EMP out. Internet Hulk practically has it back again, though, so that could be a problem. Cafe with the kill on the Cranks to force Israel into the power play here as they come onto point B. They're building that control meter already. Awkward gets taken down and Eco pushed out. Ooh, managed to get the kills though. And this might be Israel's moment. They may have it right here.
And they're almost there. Doing Transcend. It's going to be the last hope. Cranks comes through with the Dragon Blade, and maybe he can save this for Germany.
Oh man, 3 kills with the Dragon Blade, and I have caster cursed Israel pretty hard. Sorry about that, guys. That was...
Well, sound barrier there was a little bit preemptive. Hulk was able to deal with it by using the EMP as a follow-up.
I don't think they were expecting him to have that EMP back quite so quickly.
I think that one, I think they probably should have expected it. You just have to play around the EMP so cautiously.
You know, now the problem is for Israel, they don't have any ultimates to really utilize here to try to take that first tick.
No, they don't.
Their advantage is gone.
Like, this is a scenario where we could be heading into a draw here.
Yeah, it's possible.
Because Israel is not going to have time to really get anything done in terms of ult economy, and Germany at least is sitting on a self-destruct, so they can delay this point pretty significantly.
Yeah. Well, Skipjack gets a bit low, gets taken down, kills on both sides. If Eco can get a pick here, he does manage to demech the Diva. Pretty nice takedown, Crank with a fadeaway rocket on the outside. Germany responds with a few kills though, and Israel, I don't think, Deadly Mitch so low, they don't have what it takes to get on the point now.
All right, if they are lucky, they'll be able to get back right here, but the Diva dies late. Sean P gets staggered. Hulk has the EMP. Unlikely that Israel's going to be able to get any kind of forward progress, so we may be heading to a draw here.
Yeah, certainly possible. They've got a couple ults to use, but
they have to get on there. Cafe's going to have to blink onto it. That's so dangerous.
2-1, can they get there? They do, barely in time. Israel on the point right now, desperate to just get that first pick. There's the EMP Transcendence. Oh, he missed the Zen. Internet Hulk missed the Zenyatta with the EMP, and as soon as the trance is end, the kills come in, but they're all for Germany right now, and it looks like Israel is going to be stopped. Nothing from this primal, nothing from this self-destruct rather. There we go, that's the ability I'm looking for. Deadly Mitch getting one at least Cafe, though, you need to be quite the hero to pull this one back around. It's not going to happen. So we will end up in a draw here on Horizon Lunar Colony. Yeah, this is a pretty close match, isn't it?
It really is. And we don't see very many draws.
No.
And of course, we are going to be heading into our last map regardless. So still an opportunity for either of these teams to win the match.
Yeah, basically, if one of the teams, if we don't have a draw again on our final map, we'll have a winner.
Well, we're not going to have a draw in Escort, so we don't have to worry about that.
There you go.
So
hey, what if neither one can move the payload at all?
Okay, fair enough.
There we go.
Touche.
It's possible. It's possible.
That would be the most unlikely scenario, though.
Sure enough. Well,
so, with that draw, it will just go down to all or nothing here on our final map. As
I wonder
take a look at Crank's man. That he really saved his team there.
Yeah, that was definitely a play of the game.
That was incredibly close to being a victory for Israel. And you know what, Doa? I don't even know who selects the map.
I was just going to say,
draw.
yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that one. So we'll wait and find out.
Looks like they are conferring with the German team, so
yeah,
I would imagine that this goes to higher seed.
I was going to say, yeah, it probably defaults to higher seed.
Which would default to Germany, I believe.
We'll just make things up.
We'll just make it up.
We decide what goes on. Yep, that's right. As long as we don't have to take responsibility for it later.
Which we never do.
No,
fortunately.
Of course not. Well, Germany versus Israel still tied up after that 1-1 map score tie going into the break. Now they're still tied 1-1 and 1. The draw.
1-1 and 1 the draw.
1-1.
So winner wins the match. And
yeah. Looks like we're going on to Route 66 for our final map in this series. And the winner of this one will win the match, which is pretty crucial. And of course, like map score is really big in this format too. So this kind of blows Group B sort of wide open, or Group H, I should say, wide open.
Yeah, we do have two groups that we anticipate on being relatively close this weekend. Although, watching UK, it seems like they are head and shoulders above the rest of the teams in the group so far.
It does seem that way. As you can see, yeah, we are heading to Route 66 for our final map. So you can push the payload the farthest. But first, well, I guess I don't serve food in that diner anymore, so just kind of chill out.
I mean, they might. All the tables are set, Doa. What makes you think they don't serve food there?
Well, it looks like everybody had to run away because a train crashed down right outside.
They'll serve it again soon. It's okay.
I love your optimism.
The diner's not damaged, is it?
Yeah, it's true. I suppose.
It seems pretty intact to me.
Some pretty shady stuff happening in that diner, though. A lot of like seemingly top secret plans and things strewn about, some weapons.
Well, yeah, it seems like they are using it as a base, at least for this payload right now. So
that's right. Taking
it over as a base of operations as you push whatever's on the truck. Rawhide.
Rawhide. That was the sound of Jeff Kaplan behind us telling us to talk more about the game. Casters. I'm just kidding. He's great. We love that guy. Yep.
Doa's into that. Thanks for the setup.
You're welcome. Anytime. I help you out sometimes.
You do. I need all help I can get.
It's a really confusing menu to read. It just keeps scrolling. Pretty slowly. Well, here we go. Will we see the Hanzo Torbjorn? No, we're not. I'm just kidding. We won't see that.
And we won't see Hulk on Widowmaker, sadly.
Nope.
So Israel back on the soldier. So Eco making that swap over and looking for the start defending here. But one of the very rare times we don't see a Sombra on this point in the World Cup so far. Israel may not be the most comfortable on that particular pickup. And Germany, looks like Cranks will be on the soldier as well. So Internet Hulk tries to get he's a very optimistic first shot as Diva's poking around the corner. Did see
you never know
the bullet follow through, but now it's back to Lucio duty for you, Internet Hulk.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Oh, such wise advice, though. You're just full of platitudes as usual.
I know. Of course, I quote the one and only Tyrannosaurus Rex from the past tonight. He's the original issuer of that quote.
Well, Cafe actually killing Cranks early. Delay this push. Germany still just trying to fight for space on the cart right now with their front line. And wait for Cranks to go ahead and respawn before they really commit. Winston Shield's already been dropped, though.
Yeah, they've been really staying on the point pretty well so far. Germany just trying to grind them down with all the damage they can, but...
Well, they got a lot of ult charge, too. Skipjack actually managed to make his way up to a primal rage just by sitting there, holding down his left click on the front, and now they're going to try and push forward. There's a big stick.
Yeah, Deadly Mitch taken out really fast, and now the ball is rolling, and Israel forced to fall back as Germany pushes ahead pretty easily.
Wow, that was a bit surprising, I think, from Israel, that they sort of played into Germany's favor just by playing ult charge tug of war on the cart there while Cranks was respawning instead of making a more aggressive play in a 6v5.
You know, there's been a couple times with Israel now where it doesn't seem like they're quite as aware of where the enemy's ultimates are as they should be. So I wonder if that's perhaps a weakness for this team, reading the enemy's ults.
Now they are going to have a little bit of an opportunity here, but Icefelt, another kill on the Deadly Mitch right away.
Now Vaneless does go down on the Germany side, so the kills are coming in for both teams right now. There's Cranks with the tack visor, though.
Now Sean P going to be desuited. Everybody has to take cover right now. That allows the payload to continue moving, and that's a nice zone onto the Tracer.
That's just going to be point A taken by Germany. Not a lot of resistance from Israel in the first place, and now we're moving into, like we've talked about earlier, one of the most difficult stretches to defend in all of Overwatch. This point B on Route 66 is really hard to hold.
It is, and unless you're going to try and delay right at the beginning, the spawn is so far away, and you have to go through 3 tiny choke point doors in order to make it back out. So it's just very easy for the attacking team to camp those, and the best shot you usually have is right here, but you lose one person and the walk back is just extremely long.
Cranks goes down already, though, so good start for Israel. They may have an opportunity to hold this for a bit longer.
Trying to get the damage down, but fighting on top of the heal station can be tricky. Skipjack with yet another Primal Rage as Nesh will find the Soldier and the Lucio inside a confined area. They just explode in that room.
I think Nesh has quietly been doing really well on that Tracer. Yeah, it's been impressive to see him pop up in the kill feed as much as he has.
But all the same, as much as his performance has been helping his team, it looks like they're still waiting for a little bit longer to recollect.
You don't see a lot of double kill pulse bombs resulting in your team falling back. That's not too common.
Well, some of the additional kills there were a bit tough for Germany to outlast on that fight. And
all right, payload's moving.
Nesh going around for the flank all the way around the saloon.
Yep. Eco gets a kill on the Vaneless. That's big. He's also got the tack visor too if he wants to use it. Needs to be careful though as Nesh goes in. Eco does go down, so that's a nice advantage for Germany. They don't need to worry about that Soldier ultimate anytime soon. Getting the kills. There's a Transcendence for Israel committing to this short-handed defense for the moment.
They are, and they're going to drop the self-destruct right on the cart. Skipjack kills Fragon. And the rest of Israel comes back around, looping to try and defend, but that's going to be a dead Zenyatta very fast.
As we've been seeing this push sort of go through, it seems like Germany's been doing a good job of sort of drawing Israel into these kind of disadvantageous smaller skirmishes, it seems like.
Yeah, they have, and Cranks too. Gonna just use that tack visor on the backside of the team, and this is where it becomes very difficult to defend. Germany's now gotten past the roughest part of the streets phase, and this is where Cranks can just sit on the opposite side of the point and spam his way through these doors. Tracer gonna get out, but you have to use blinks to do it.
That's gonna be nearly point B. Israel going in for a last-ditch effort defense here. That's gonna be tough. Well, Crank's in a lot of trouble. Gets taken down by Cafe. And now Israel with the sound barrier. Hey, this could actually end up being a pretty solid defense. We'll see what the Transcendence gets Germany.
That was a great flank from Cafe. Nice engage with Deadly Mitch. They pinned him in. I was wondering why he was taking so much damage while he was on his heal station, but that explains that. And now the Transcendence gonna give them enough time. So Israel manages to hold.
Wow, that was really close to the end. But now they've got the payload in probably the best place to actually have it for defending.
If you can make it through those doors, you're very happy. But trouble is when they actually are clogged up by the enemy team.
Uh-oh. I just felt really delayed on this Diva.
As body blocking him.
See ya.
Still going to send him over the cliff all the same with a nice boop from Fragon.
Boops for the boop god.
That's right. Well, Sean P. All he's got is that self-destruct. Germany, though, using a lot of ultimates to try and push it just a little bit further, and now they are in a rough spot with Less than a minute to go.
Sean P sounds like Puff Daddy's latest rapper name. He's due for another one. It's been actually. Yeah, it's been PDD for quite a while, I believe now. I don't know. As big of a fan I am, I can't remember. Awkward picks up a couple kills. That team helps out. Well, Cafe actually coming up big here in Israel with another strong defensive fight. They've somehow kind of forced Germany into the corner there by their spawn.
This stagger could actually be game-changing right now.
Yeah, only 30 seconds
has so
left.
far to go. Look, he can't actually get off the map right now.
No.
Oh my. This is so bad for Germany with 20 seconds. They do finally take Eisfeld out.
Half of that time is going to be his respawn timer.
Now the question for Germany is, do you go in? Do you try and wait for Eisfeld here? He's going to have to use his boost to even get to you in the first place. Germany close to a lot of ultimates though. Cranks nearly with that tack visor, but Israel has 4, nearly 5 online.
They're in a great place to hold this one. Sound barrier coming in as Germany gets onto the payload. Oh, they're going to overlap the defensive ultimates a bit. That could come back to bite Israel a little bit later. Now Germany comes in with their own sound barrier. They've got the defensive ult advantage. Cranks barely takes out Deadly Mitch in the end, and that's a big tack visor, gets 2 before finally going down. We're into overtime right now, and Germany scrambling. Looks like they might have pulled it out there in the end.
Oh man, Doa.
That was close.
This was Israel's fight to lose.
It really was.
They should have known the tack visor was there. Instead, they stack their support ultimates on top of each other, and that means Cranks has an easy time just waiting to push that out.
Oh, well, one last ditch effort defense. We're going to take a look at the lower right screen there as Israel tries to keep holding. And it's not going to work. Germany ends up getting point B anyway.
That is a huge communication error for Israel. They 100% had every advantage in that fight, and they should have been able to close it out. Instead, they give Germany just a small way to get through the door, and they manage to make it work. And now we're on to point C. Sure, there's not a lot of time, but that's not the purchase that you want to give them here on Route 66.
No, not at all. Every point is another point that you need to take on your offensive round, so it's rough. Cafe going down early as Germany pushes forward. Anything they can really get out of the payload now, it kind of feels like icing on the cake, as their push really should have been stopped back before the doors.
Should. Eco has the tactical visor, but Israel used so many of their ultimates and couldn't get the job done. So now Germany, they're going to be looking at a host of ults of their own. Internet Hulk closer and closer to that sound barrier.
The payload's really moving. Israel needs to come in with the defense right here, right now. Skipjack trying to bottle them up in spawn with that Primal Rage, just trying to disrupt as much as he can. Eco not really able to be part of that fight, but it's okay because Cafe. Yeah, Cafe finding the picks that Israel needs. And Germany's going to have to go back and then set up one last attack.
Especially with Cranks dying at the end, Doa. He's the one that has the Dragon Blade, and now there's 10 seconds. He's not going to be there for this. Not to mention Skipjack used his Primal Rage already. Delay going to be a problem here for Germany.
Well, the danger is that Germany comes in, has a fight, draws out all the ultimates of Israel, and then Cranks comes in at the end to take advantage of it all. We'll see how it goes. Awkward with the early kill into Skipjack, though, is a great start for Israel. There's the self-destruct for Eisfeld now.
Cranks
does go down. He's back. He's got the Dragon Blade. He gets 2, looking for more. Germany with a real opportunity here to finish this map out.
Yeah, but Cranks is zoned out. The soldier on the high ground. Eco needs to pick up this kill, but he is dropped as Crank gets the health back and gets back onto the cart.
That payload's moving. Sound barrier comes in just on a few members of Israel. They storm back onto the car one more time. Vainless swapping over to the Widowmaker to try to get those picks. They can't get to it. And some disappointment on the side of Germany.
I would be disappointed.
Great opportunity, but in the end, that's 2 points on Route 66.
I wouldn't be disappointed. They're lucky they got point B.
I was going to say, yeah, you should be thankful for the fact that they got a chance to even try to finish it off.
They nearly pushed to the end of point C too. It was a respectable push with only about 1:15 remaining.
And a small error by Israel, just layering those support ultimates at the end of point B, was really what kind of caused Germany to get that opportunity to take the point.
Yeah, it is heartbreaking too, because they had to do so much work to get that advantage.
Right.
And then they squandered it.
Well, it's a pretty heroic defense on point B. You know, we said going into it that we don't usually see a lot of teams hold there, which is true. We don't, but they were able to nearly do it.
They were, and it looks like as we swap over to Germany on the defense, this is where Internet Hulk can pull out the Sombra again. And Sombra is just so powerful on point A that we have to see what Israel's plan is to go ahead and crack the double health pack double mega health pack healing that you can get, because playing these grinding games is not going to be effective when they have so much healing and so much EMP charge.
Yeah. Here we go. Santa Monica, would you like to try our world-famous Monte Cristo?
No, they wouldn't.
No, I know. That's gross. Why would you want to do that? No. Disgusting.
It's too bad. It's too bad. They have to deal with it anyway, so there isn't a decision.
All right. Well, Israel on the attack now. See if they can recreate the success of Germany.
Cranks has been really clutch on this Genji too, so I like to see that we're going to be going with that again. His Dragon Blades have been quite devastating to the Israeli side, and Eco going to be trying to play the Genji as well. Fragan will be switching back to the Lucio, so standard dive composition that we've seen in this meta coming through from Israel.
Germany has Internet Hulk on that Sombra too, so this could be a point A hold. We've seen a lot of them lately.
Wow, Hulk actually didn't do any
aggressive.
damage. He just came in there and translocated immediately. That was a little weird.
Well, you know, just checking it out.
Just scouting a little bit.
Cafe.
And there's no hack on that health pack.
Oh, there's not? Oh, there's not. What?
Whoa, that is...
Okay, so...
I don't know where his first hack went. Usually you would see the hack go down on that health pack. Looks like it might have been on that flank instead.
Maybe the Big Earl's one? But yeah, normally you want that health pack in the tunnel hacked almost immediately. Surprising defense here by Germany so far. Surprising Sombra setup at least. Make it back to Hantham. Icefeld demeched. EQ can't quite survive though, so it looks like Germany will hold a little bit. No, I don't know.
Still is able to get the hack out, so regardless of what happened with his hack choices, he still gets the EMP, does manage to kill Awkward. Supports are now down for Israel, and this is just going to be cleanup from Germany as they try and get their members back. Sean P going to be staggered there, and so Germany will be able to reset, and maybe they can get in on to finish the work of hacking all these health packs.
Yep. Should. Don't know if they're going to get the one in the tunnel, though. That one's a little bit too dangerous to approach, maybe, at this point.
No, I think they should be... Oh, wow, Cafe dies.
Okay.
Ooh, that is rough. Orb of Discord.
He does like to go pretty far ahead of his team sometimes, and when you do that, you can make big picks, but you can also get picked yourself. So we've seen both.
That may have been the logic behind hacking the mini health pack over on the right-hand side of the road instead of the one in the tunnel, is because Cafe has been trying to play more in the back line as we see him flank around that direction right now.
I can see that. Yeah, makes sense. Transcendence from Germany as Israel comes in. Trying to hold that defensive point. Sound barrier for both sides. And Deadly Mitch has to pop that Primal Rage. Kill onto Vainless early on. Germany losing a few people. And Eco's got the Dragon Blade. He pulled it out before the hack came through.
But can't actually get any follow-up kills from it after he is hacked.
No dashes or anything like that.
Crank's low. Cranks is going to get killed with the Dragon Blade. So Eco kills his enemy Genji.
Just not the most successful EMP for Germany, but it looks like they're barely holding on for the moment anyway.
They've delayed this quite a bit. Nesh, he's going to be the one to finish off the Genji, and now they're going to have Cranks coming back, rather, with a Dragon Blade of his own.
That's
Germany
really
once again
for Israel.
Yeah, stabilizing. Internet Hulk has the EMP, so Awkward has to be careful about when he uses this Transcendence. You try and predict that. You try and predict when the EMP is coming through to counter it with Trans.
Yep.
You do have a moment to trigger it before the EMP animation completes.
Only a little over a minute remaining, though, for Israel. And remember, they've got to get this thing pretty much nearly all the way if they want to win the map. And Germany's not making it easy. There's the EMP already. Transcendence comes out immediately afterwards. So Awkward wasn't hit with that one. Sean P gets a kill on Internet Hulk, and this could be rough. Oh, Crank's taken out as he pulls out the Dragon Blade, and Israel finally getting the fight they were looking for, and they should be able to get some distance on this payload.
Man, I have not been impressed with Hulk's EMP so far. He keeps trying to use the translocator to jump into these fights instead of preparing with better positioning. You can stand on top of Big Earls and make a very similar play.
Well, this is the same issue we actually saw with Rolf, actually, on Team Canada, where he's maybe not as experienced on the Sombra, was using a lot of those translocator engages, and when you do that with Sombra, you can't get out again. And that's why we see the top Sombras generally going in with invisibility. So, yeah, same issue.
Doesn't matter, though. Nesh is actually going to work. Cranks comes back, and he has that Dragon, or he's going to have the Dragon Blade again relatively soon.
Oh, Nesh with a just cool triple kill in that fight in Germany, relying on their playmaking DPS in the end to make it work. Cranks with the Dragon Blade now, trying to counteract the kills that Cafe just got. We're into OT, but this is not good for Team Israel.
The Cafe stays alive until the very end where he falls, and it's all about getting rid of this Winston right now. Eco needs a big Dragon Blade. He will take out Icefeld.
Yeah, gets Icefeld, but not really anything else, it looks like. And there's a sound barrier. They're trying to keep the push alive. Fragon drops it, but their Transcendence support ultimates layered by Germany, but they only need a few more kills, although the respawn's coming in, but it just doesn't look like it's enough.
Oh, it's not going to be Doa.
Yeah,
Cranks is going to get it. It's just about focusing them down. Cafe has to rewind, and he can't get back in time.
All right, so Germany wins the map, and they will win the match as well. Germany with the 3-tie victory in this 4-map set.
2-1-1.
2-1-1. There we go. Perfect. Well said, Monte Cristo. Either way, Germany with that crucial win early on in the group. And you need that. You need every win is super important.
And hard fought for both of these teams, but I have to say, I'm smiling if I'm the UK right now.
Oh yeah, I think I'm feeling pretty good about that. Yep. All right, let's see what the desk has to say about that match. It's pretty cool.